profit from your knowledge? How is that possible? What's this guy talking about? How in the world can you profit from your expertise, your knowledge, your experience? Well, that's what we're here to find out, isn't it? My name is Mario Ficini. Welcome to the Mario Ficini Show. I'm going to be your host for this evening, and I am having a fantastic day. So many things are going good. Few things went bad, but if you have more good than bad, it works out in the end. And the best thing I have found to feel better quickly is help and serve someone else. So, how can you do the same thing? Let me ask you that. Let me know in the comment below. Put it in here. Let me know what your area of expertise is. Where do you share with people all the time without any effort? There are so many people that are knowledgeable nowadays. I mean, everyone's got Google in their pocket, right? But what is your core area of expertise? You may not even know it's your core area of expertise yet. You know what? I got to do something. I'm going to get a sheet of this and act like there's questions on it because I saw it. Here we go. Beauty of showbiz, right? Here's my questions for the evening. I'm going to read them off to you. No, it's the scanner alignment page. But if you're joining after this point, you won't know that. So here's a few things we got to get going through that they told me to ask you. But we're just going to do this a la carte, ad lib, whatever you want to call it. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is my core area of expertise? Second of all, have you helped someone get through it themselves? If you have an area of expertise, there are a lot of people that think they do, and they're knowledgeable on the subject, but have they actually helped anyone do it? Or have they done it themselves? That is a good linchpin, in my opinion, and it's how I kind of gauge who I'm going to listen to, because there was a lot of friends of mine in college, and I don't know if I really cared in high school. It was more about friends and food, but college, when I was trying to learn a thing or two about video production and animation and all the stuff that I studied, there were people that read every single book, did every homework assignment, did every note, listened to every class, whatever you want to call it. They'd be the valedictorians, the 4.2s, and a lot of those were my friends. They're really cool and they're smart. It doesn't mean it's only them, but they did everything to completion, which is good, but you also have to apply it. You know, you can read an entire book on something. I got a book over here that I won the other day, which I'm very thankful for. I got two of mine over there. You can read it and go, that was a good read. He was so well spoken. That was really well written. Or you could go, I only got through chapter 1 and I implemented so much of it, I'm taking action on it. That's who I like working with. And that's only the person who gets through the qualification process after they apply for my training, because I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with being knowledgeable, but there is if you never do anything with it. So this is important, because when you're trying to teach someone something, how quick can you get them to implement it? I can teach you a lot of things right now, but again, if you go, wow, he's quite entertaining. He made a joke or two. That was funny. John, come here. Look, he's on that thing again. Look, he's on TV. But then there's someone else that'll go, wow, thank you so much. And I had that privilege of that encounter the other day when I went to hear two other speakers, and someone approached me based on what my mission was and something I said, which is to help 1,000 entrepreneurs reach 1,000 new people a piece. It's not $1 million reach, but it's 1 million people reach, because that's the goal, having a bigger impact. I personally am going to help 1,000 new businesses, entrepreneurs, CEOs, 1,000 new businesses reach 1,000 new people. 1,000 times 1,000 is 1 million. That's a big reach. If you want more visibility, there's ways that are smart to do it, and there are ways that are dumb as heck. Don't recommend those. So if you have all this knowledge, you have this expertise, the question is, are you accessing it to your favor, or is it just all up in your old noggin? And that was intentional, by the way. so many people are book smart, but can they get some traction with it? Or do they hide? And there's been times I've done this. And I'm really excited to not do it anymore, because it's very easy to stay in your comfort zone. But if you really want to know why you're dissatisfied, it's because you know you have more potential, you know you have more reach, you know you have a bigger message and a bigger vision, and you're staying here. It might be in your heart. That's where family and friends go. But if you want to make a big impact and dent this world for the better, and Lord knows we need it, you might want to look at how to market yourself and your company and your message and influence and getting things out there. And I see a lot of people, and I used to think it was the end all be all, but now I'm realizing there's a lot of people who I thought were really good, but now I'm realizing they're just staying hidden behind what they're good at. And I did it when I was building my software. A few years ago, when I wanted to have a WordPress website builder to build websites in under 5 minutes automatically, it was real easy to go, we need to make another improvement. We need to make another improvement. We need to make another improvement. You could also really go, well, I don't like software. Well, that's good for you. Pin a rose to your nose. But here's the deal. How many books did you read this week? Wow, I read 28 books a week. Well, Merry Christmas. How many of them did you actually apply and get a real world result to them? If there was a microphone, I would drop it, but it's kind of hooked up to a boom and a spring and a pop filter, so I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Could throw my other one that's over there. But here's the deal. You got to put this stuff into action. You got to not worry about what's going on. Am I spilling water all over myself? Is my watch got the right time? Do I have a pen? Am I taking notes? Here's the deal. What do you want to accomplish? Are you doing something to get yourself there? Are you doing any RPAs? I heard that from a friend of mine, Charles and Linda, back in 2012. And I think he said it stems from real estate. I was blown away by it, but he said RPAs, revenue producing activities. And I heard another variation of it. Hey, John, how's it going? Revenue producing whatever. Are you hiding behind what you're good at that may or may not be actually moving the needle? Or are you going, you know what, I'm going to do something that gets me out there? And I will share with you another, where's it at? Something very, very exciting I did today. And it is literally a milestone breakthrough and almost as exciting as launching my first book. And here it is. I'm wondering how much of it I can show. It's an agreement. Well, here, I'll do this. It's an agreement to have my book sold at a local place. And then I signed it near my thumb, and then there's some private info at the bottom here. But it was really exciting for me because no, I don't have an ebook. No, I don't have just a Kindle book. No, I don't have just a paperback, even though paperbacks are awesome. It's a hardcover. It's my flagship book, and it was really awesome taking a picture of it in the box earlier because it's a matte finish and you can see there's no high gloss on there. If you're thinking about publishing anything, go with matte, go with matte, go with matte. Go with matte. But I dropped off, fair amount of the books, and they're at a local place, and I'm not going to announce it. Maybe if you share this, if I get enough shares on here, maybe I'll tell you first. How's that sound? But it was exciting for me because it was just open the door of possibility. Where can you get your message out there? And people say stuff. People say a lot of stuff. Well, I don't have time for that. Okay, well, go to 400 more appointments this week and keep repeating yourself repeatedly like a repetitious rotor. Ooh, came up with that on the fly. But here's the deal. What are you doing to can and clone yourself? Are you doing anything that you can leverage more than once past the point from which you've said it? Are you constantly creating new content to put in your emails, to put on the social world of Norm? Are you just constantly in the process of doing? I'll let that sink in. I want more water. For real. Are you constantly in the process of doing? When are you going to start enjoying it? So you got client meetings. Can you see that? Is it on camera? As if you don't know I'm doing it. Yeah, that looks like crap. There we go. You got personal life, you got family, you got client meetings, but the client's doing this. And then you have new sales appointments and I got to do this and I got to go to that. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Welcome to my life too. But the question is, you'll call them back. You'll bend that over backwards for them. You'll stop what you're doing to make their life better. That's awesome. I love going above and beyond. Right before I came on here, I got to call one of my new clients, and I'm super excited for her. She's launching her book, and I got to surprise her with something. She's been on a win streak all week, and I sent a message, didn't say I was calling, and I was like, it looks like you're having a great week. Oh, yeah, things are going phenomenal. How would you like to make it even better? Already dialing, kind of like in the Matrix. Knock, knock, Neo. How can you just utterly transform someone's business and make it fun in the process? You could very well say, hey, the thing we're helping you with to launch your book is ready, and send it in an email. Here's a link for a preview. No harm, no foul. I actually felt bad because I was only on the phone and I couldn't see her reaction. And I said, I really wish I could see you right now. And she was looking, and then, oh my gosh, look at this, is awesome. I absolutely love that. Hey, Veronica, how's it going? What are you finding most interesting? And thank you, by the way. So she was just beyond thankful and grateful that this was going on, and I was excited to delight her with it. You know, are you trying to give your customer, your client, that kind of experience? Or are you doing everything so automatic, you forget you're dealing with a person? You know, absolutely you should have automated email. Absolutely you should have ads running that drive to a sales page and landing page. And things should be automated, but it shouldn't be so automated. And here's the deal. It ends and starts with you. Starts and ends with you, whichever way you're looking. Maybe it's backwards, mirror day, whatever. Catch the concept. What are you doing to absolutely blow their mind and actually help them? Are you more concerned about what the benefit you're getting or what you're doing for them? Well, I've already put in X amount of hours into this project. So what? Did you deliver what you said you're going to on time and ahead of schedule? Did you give them a little added bonus? I don't know. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But where's your mindset at? Where's your heart with that? You know, what are you doing? Are you valuing everyone else more than yourself? This was my hesitation. Here's the business card. Is it one-sided? Woo-hoo! Real quick. I stared at that for over a month. I stared at it for over a freaking month, and I was like, well, no. It's been the most, I would say, roller coaster, tumble tosser year of my life. Even today. You don't need to be a rocket surgeon to put all this stuff together. Look at my timeline. It was like, you've got to be kidding me. It's barely the beginning of the year, and it's like, back at it again. Don't love that. You know? So there's been ups and downs and ups and downs, and if you're the same way, if you're a robot and can handle anything, I'm going to pray for you to soften your heart, because I know some people that are so, nothing phases them, like literally. And I was like, I wish I had more of that, because so much has affected me in the past, because I actually care. And I don't apologize for that. But if you get knocked off kilter, Quilted Northern, Quilted Quicker Picker Upper, whatever. How quick can you get back on track? I'm not saying to be a robot. There's people that are like robots, and I think they should soften up like a ton. But there's other people that are just so floopy. New made-up word, Merry Christmas. It's a day of the week. I'm not going to say which one, because you don't do that when you're doing stuff evergreen. If I were to tell you specifics, then when you watch this down the road, it would feel dated, even though I know it's going to be relevant in X amount of years and X amount of years later. That's the thing. What are you creating for? Are you leaving a legacy? What are you doing for the future? Or are you just focused on all the crap going on right now and never doing anything? So this was not a long shot, but this was an aim a month ago that I did something, I don't know, a week or two ago, and then it got finalized today. But if I wasn't patient with it, if I didn't believe in the future, if you don't believe you have a future, you're not going to work towards it. That's pretty much how I felt. Good 6 to 8, 9, 10, 11 months of the previous year of what it is now. I was like, whatever, what's the point? Switch your mindset around and you can do more in 24 hours than you did in the previous month. It's pretty spectacular, and I love teaching people that. But it is absolutely, when you're doing it for you, sometimes you just don't care, and I get that. That's why it's so much easier to help other people with their stuff. When I designed the software and we did the tech support thing, people say, what are your questions, comments, and concerns? I frankly don't care what the concerns are. I don't even like dealing with my own problems. Why do I want to welcome more? So I said, what are your questions, comments, and good ideas? And guess what? The concerns dropped. What are you leading with? Are you always talking about the bad stuff going on? Or are you going, you know what? There is bad, without doubt. Not going to act like everything's perfect, but there's still more good, and I'm thankful for it. You have to keep that positive upbeatness, as I say it, not upbeatness. You got to keep it more than the negative, because if that one, whatever you feed is gonna grow, plain and simple. So I was excited to get the book in. I was excited for what's going on, and it just made me really go, you know what? Historically, Friday, shoot. All right, well, I guess we know it's a Friday now. Historically, Friday nights, people are out doing stuff. Don't blame them, but I wanted to share. And I almost didn't do it, but I go, you know what? I'm dressed. And I'm dressed in more than the slips and a bathrobe. So that's good news too. So I go, I definitely got to go on video today and share some things. And it was just a really good day. And I want to empower you going into the weekend, into the week, because now you can take the next 2 days and go, you know what? Let me think about this. How much time did I spend this week? There's 168 hours a week, 24 hours a day, 96 opportunities a day, 15-minute blocks, block 15 times, something I teach in my training. You have 96 opportunities a day to do what you want. They're going to either get you further from your goal or closer to. Well, this was going on. I used to buy into that. But my coach, Jimmy, told me for the last few years, I'm not going to co-sign your BS. So whatever excuse you're making up, like I did, can you power through it or move on? Even if it's a little, you know what made this happen? This was not because I was having the best day. This was actually because of bad things going on. I go, I'm going to do one thing good. There's 3 or 4 really big things I've been doing, and they're all panning out like drastically better. You can sit there and do 58 million gazillion small things and go, I'm doing stuff. But you know what? Calling this one number one time, I said one thing in person, got a card, called the number, followed up. Oh, yeah, you got 400 contacts this weekend. Great. I'm glad you have no life. What are you doing next week? Following up with those or getting 400 new ones? I think it's water time for you to let that marinate for a minute. And I'm going to hydrate because I'm going quick. We got a few more minutes left. Are you going so fast that you don't even realize what you're missing? Or would you like the teaching example I have in my inbox of going so they're going fast, but they're acting slow. Oh, I really want to read this off right now, but it's not the point of this training. I'll do another one on it. Here's the deal. If you want to know the 7 steps, get my book. They're in it. Step 1 is attention. Don't try to sell someone on something unless you even have their attention, and don't start it off the bat. You don't say hi to someone and meet them and go, would you like to get married? Why in the world would you do that? I have it sitting right here. Hi, a freaking paragraph. No hi, hello, or how are you? I'm going to do a training on it. Don't be going so fast you realize what you're missing. What can you be doing? Here's another thing. I was updating some stuff, and I have so much footage and so much good stuff. And I do make time to do this, but you know what? I'm making even more time, because what can you do for 15 minutes that isn't the norm, that no one's teaching, that no one's going to tell you about but me, because I actually care about you? What do you have already in your arsenal that you can leverage a little bit more and pay a huge dividend in the physical place? Got an idea. Got a card. Followed up again. Then was smart, because I've paid for training and coaching and a mentor, which you should do also if you don't want to spend the next decade banging your head on the wall. And on the call, did some things and said some things to put the next part in action. And then today I followed through with it. And guess what? Magic happens. It's maybe an hour and a half worth of work over 3 weeks. It was 15-minute increments here and there, and then a car ride, which was an hour of it. So many small things you can do that paid large dividends. So why are you stepping over pieces of gold to pick up pieces of stalactites? Yes, let's say that. For real, though, what are you doing today that's setting you up that the you of next week will be happy for and the you of next month will be happy for? What are you doing to get some residual benefit? If you're watching this, I know you've got to have at least 6, 12, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of expertise. How are you leveraging it? Stop giving away $50,000 worth of info to sell a $500 trinket. Take some of that expertise and put it into different sources that people can digest. Do you know how cool it is that I don't need to talk for 10 hours? This is probably 10 to 15 to 20 hours, 10 hours worth of getting through it, 5 hours worth of revisiting it, and there's probably 5 more hours that you'd actually have to go through if we were sitting down one-on-one for this to get absorbed to a point where you could implement it. If I talk to 100 people, that's 1,000 hours even on the low end. Or I can spend 5 days getting my thoughts together, organizing them, giving them to someone who's better at editing than I am, and then go here. And majority of the time, someone actually goes here, and they pay me for it. I gave one away the other day. 5 were sold the other day. It balances. You just have to be smart about it. But either way, I don't need to spend 10 hours going, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. And it's not the only way. It's not the only way. I want to know about your business. Let's go into Q&A now. We got a few minutes. Oh, comments. Welcome. All right, where's everyone at? Rolf, welcome. How's your vacation treating you? Are you still in Michigan? Thank you. I appreciate that. Rolf says, hi, Mario. Let's cue some of these babies up. Nice tie. Appreciate that. Veronica says, hello, really interesting. Thank you very much, Veronica. Shar says, really great content, Mario. Appreciate that. Let me know what your businesses are. We're going to do some Q&A for a second here. How to profit from... Let's see if I'm missing anything on the other screen. Tell me about your business. Tell me what you do. And are you currently profiting from your expertise? Are you canning and cloning it? Or are you just... Here's how I differentiate it. Because most people, you could argue, yes, I am profiting from my expertise, but it's on a one-to-one basis. Do you have to sit down with one-on-one to give someone your best? The answer is no. But if that's all you're currently doing... It's the old style of, well, I prefer face-to-face. I get that. I absolutely love face-to-face, but I only have 168 hours a week. You factor in driving and all the other stuff. I would love to know if you've actually sat down with more than 50 or 60 people in a week. That is beyond aggressive. Maybe you hit 100, but how long can you do that? How long can you do that for? A week or two? Some people go, well, I do that all the time. So what? Should you be? You can't get your time back. And most people are just looking for starter information. Give them a booklet. Give them a pamphlet. Give them anything. All right, so the comments are over. Rolf says as little as possible. Yes. I love one-on-one, but isn't it more fun when we're doing fun stuff? You know? Oh, sweet. You guys are on the right page. I really, really appreciate that. Here, that's another teaching point. I set this in motion months ago. Should have been doing it years ago in full transparency, but thank you for being on the correct page. I appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, so as little as possible, 168 hours a week. Let's say you were some magician and you spend an hour per person and you had a magical teleport machine. You could only reach 168 people a week. Good luck with 250. You know how easy you can do that with videos, books, and other stuff on automation? Quite simple. Absolutely boating. This heat wave we're getting here. Char says, currently one client at a time, not expanding on it. Okay, great. What do you think you could do to leverage it more so that way you can reach more people because you do have great service? What do you think you could do to reach more people easier with less effort? All right, great. Okay. Great questions. Keep them coming. It was accelerated. Your expertise and your knowledge is the biggest thing. I mean, I think about it, and there's sometimes I'm like, if I can help someone, I'm going to help them. I'm not going to spend 3 months with them, you know, unless they want to be committed and apply for my training. But if you have an answer to, I know people that won't even give 5 minutes worth of something that'll help someone. And it's like, are you that mean? Are you that much of a prick? Like, really, if you can actually help them and it's that easy for you, or connect them with someone, why wouldn't you? It's called being nice, adding value. I don't know. I'm developing a much less and less of a tolerance for ignorant people. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun because then I can give my best to the people who actually appreciate it. Like who I talked to on the phone this evening. Hi, Mario. No, oh, cue it up. Hi, Mario. No, not yet. Just finishing up writing my book, specializing in aviation. Ooh, I like. Tell me more. I want to get my pilot's license. I'm going to buy a plane. Absolutely. When is your book launching? What is the launch date? Number one thing I always ask people in class. Yeah, a book is a great way to leverage it. Video is another way. But here, I'll tell you what. I say this all the freaking time. So is just thinking. You want to know what happens when you think? You're more clear, concise, and you can articulate your thoughts easier. That happened to me this previous Tuesday. I'd been working for a few months on changing some of the verbiage and linguistics and different things around, and it wasn't shocking. It really wasn't, because when you actually do stuff the right way, it works. And if it's not, then that means you're not doing it the right way. But it was just a good feeling when I met someone brand new. He said, I liked what you had to say. What do you do? I said, I help people turn their expertise into profits. And I said, so many people give away 50 grand worth of information for $500 trinket when they could be profiting from it. Have you ever done that? And he goes, oh man, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I do that all the time. And it's been on my mind. Do you have a card? We should definitely talk. You got me thinking already. This was not lunch. This was not me on stage. This was not a 35, 40-minute training. This was like one sentence. Can you have your words that potent? Or do you have to sit there and drone on like a drone parrot, repetitive, la, 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 la? If you can't explain it in third grade, as simple as a third grade could understand it, if you can't articulate it and explain it as well as a third grader could understand it, it's not clear and concise enough. You shouldn't have to have 15 rebuttals and, well, what I really meant was this. Well, what I really meant was this. What I really meant was this. Then why didn't you say that from your beginning? If that's what you really meant, why wouldn't you say it? Hey, do you want to come to the party this Friday? No. You don't need an explanation. You don't need to justify why. They asked you a question, you told them an answer. It's the same thing with the headline. Would you like to profit from your expertise? Question mark. Well, it depends. How are we going to do it? Nope. Nope. Do you want to? Yes or no? Well, it depends. Goodbye. You don't go to a doctor and go, I don't feel good. I have all these problems, which are preventable, and it's my own fault. I need a solution. All right, stick your tongue out. All right, here's the problem. You shouldn't be doing this, this, and this. Do you want a cure? Well, it depends. Does that mean I have to take pills? Because I don't like pills. I want a liquid. Does that mean I have to do this? Does it mean I have to change anything about what I'm currently doing? Because if not, I'd rather die literally than change my habits to get a better result. Okay. They don't justify it. They go, do you want a solution or not? Do you want a solution or not? Is someone calling? So the question is, do you want a solution or not? Do you want to profit from your expertise? Do you want to change what you're doing, or do you just want something new to watch? If you're just... What the heck? Hey, did the camera move? My head looks like it's a little cut off now. Did it fall? Or has it been like that the whole time? I really don't like doing that in the middle because... whatever. The important thing is what I'm saying, and you're getting the message, and you're asking good questions. But here's the deal. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. That's why I add some humor and some entertainment in this. If you're just looking for details and looking for info, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the get notification button. Share this. Tell people about it. I love giving great content that you can actually use and gets you thinking. If you're at the point where you're like, you know what, this has been tearing me up for the last 12 months, great. Don't go another day. I remember watching a webinar 2 years ago, sitting here crying my eyes out, and everything in my body was saying, don't do it, but everything in my heart was saying, you need to do it. And it's honestly the only reason I'm probably able to do this right now and look at you and say, you know what, let's move you forward. You give everyone else your best. When's the last time you scheduled some time for you? I have something sitting over here that will help any business on the planet. And I love going through it with them. You actually end up getting a score at the end of it. And a few weeks ago, I go, I think it's time when I do it for my company for the new year. And I started going through it. You know, oh yeah, let's do this for you. Hey, I'm going to help you do this, 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 and this. I go, when's the last time I updated something for me? So you don't need to stop everything you're doing to do this drastic thing. I probably have over 1,000 hours of video. More than that. I have 2,138 videos, all of which are probably no less than a half hour. Yeah, that's about 1,200 hours, and that's just on Facebook alone. I mean, it's staggering. I get it. I get it. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. Yes, there is. That's why you get help. But just do a little bit every day. The videos, the new ones you're going to be seeing coming out, I was getting dressed. I was getting ready to go somewhere. Oh, I'll do it later. No, you'll do it right now. Grabbed like 15 of them, dropped them in Vimeo, and it went, forgot about it, came back, and they were done. I go, nice. Now I don't need to do that step, and I'm more motivated to caption them and do them the right way. It's like over a dozen interviews that were just sitting there. And it was one of the 4 hard drives. I'm like, it's going to take a minute. But don't just settle where you're at. What more can you do? All right. Veronica, I'm just closing down the writing. Haven't got edited yet. Okay. Do you have, so when is the book launching? What is your book launch date? That's the most important thing. And do you have a site set up to launch it? So if it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, whenever it is, what's the date? And even right now, how are you promoting it? So you're saying I'm closing down the writing. I haven't edited it yet. That's great. I know what it's like. I've done it 3 times and helped hundreds of other people do it. But you can still be promoting it. The person I was referring to earlier, I'm super excited, my new client. She's launching her book this August. And I saw some things on Facebook. I was like, you know what? She needs to capitalize on this. 6 months from now, it's like a movie premiere. Usually people come into my training and it's an 8-week class. The more time, the better, though. You can be getting sales right now, pre-sales. You can do it with clothes. You can do it with cars. They do it with movies, DVDs, definitely with books. But you need to have it in place. So, Veronica, what is your book launch date? Part 1. And part 2 is, do you have a site right now where because right now I will give you an opportunity to promote it, but the question is, are you ready for it? Do you have it available where I could say, where can I go check out for more information, pre-order the book, tell other people about it? Do you have Veronica's aviationbook.com or something like that? You know what, fam? We got to drop this off. I do not like this song. I don't know why it's still on the list. Whenever I hear it, I know it's time to change it. You've probably seen me do it before. Veronica says no. Perfect. Put a giant asterisk. It's somewhere you can start with it. It's a really good thing. When is the book launch date? Because, again, whether it's 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now, always, always, always be promoting it ahead of time. There's nothing worse. The only events, the only launches, the only stuff I've seen not work is when someone has something going on tomorrow at noon, and right now they're going, hey, if you didn't know, there's this thing going on tomorrow, and I'm thinking, why didn't you email, text, video, send a postcard, tell me in person, call on the phone, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, anything more than 24 hours in advance? So whether it's, again, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, doesn't matter. Start promoting it now and have it easy for someone to promote it. So I'll tell you what, get that done and come hit subscribe, get the notification. And the next time I do this, I'll ask you the same question so everyone on my page will see it also, and it'll give you some promotion. And I'll even put it on my personal one for you. But you got to be ready for it. All right, I have to go, but I love answering questions and helping. So let's do the 60-second chat clock. If you got questions, comments, and good ideas, put them in now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Maybe I'll do a minute and a half because I think there's about a 30-second delay. And go. I should get a sign or something that says 30-second, 60-second shot clock, 90-second shot clock. We will have to make that. Do these look like flags? Could we flag them or... Dang it, how's this thing on again? I thought I said no to you. Where's the Superman one? Oh, you know what? See if we can turn this purple. Because it's definitely party time now. We're done. Contrary to belief, I don't wear a suit 24/7. This is good. Oh, and I should play closing time, but I can't because it's the copyrighted crap. Boo. Rules. Any other questions? How can you turn your expertise into profits? Write your ideas down. Write everything. You know what? Take a tape recorder. Take a video camera. Next time you're repeating yourself, you may not even realize it. Take it with you. Turn your phone into a recorder. Just record the whole thing and transcribe it and see what you say. Do it a couple of times and you'll find the similarities. Those are your key questions and answers. Oh! Maybe I should go into basketball. That was awesome. Is it purple yet? Oh, it's getting there. Can see a little bit on the window. Maybe. A little bit. I'd have to turn this main light off. All right, well, just a little bit back here. The light is purple, though. Looks pretty. So that means it's officially party time, and it's been real. It's been real fun. Hit subscribe. Get notifications. I will talk to you on the next one. Put your questions and good ideas. And as always, if you want to put something in the box, I do check this. This isn't the only time. But let me know what you got out of this. What was your biggest takeaway? And you know what? Just make it a great day. Make it a great year. And take 5 minutes and go, what am I doing in my life that I don't necessarily need to be anymore? Look at your time. Just, you can't get it back. You probably would much rather be spending time with your friends and family than doing repetitive tasks. And maybe I'll get deeper on that with my new experiences, but just life is precious. Don't waste it. Have a great night. God bless, and turn your expertise into profits. I look forward to seeing you on the stages of the world.